Welcome to Louisville Now. You know, when you think agriculture in our state, you probably think about anything but Louisville. You think of other counties, certainly not Jefferson County, but you may be surprised about how much agriculture goes on right here at Broadbent Arena. We have national horse shows, we have national cattle shows, and we're going to talk about one of those today. With me now is Josh Cribbs, and he is the Director of Breed Improvement for the American Maine Anjou breed. If you're not familiar, neither am I, but Josh is going to tell us all about it. Josh, first of all, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming out and showing this off.
Yeah, I think this is very worthy of showing this off. How many breed, we've got two main breeds of cattle, right? How many participants are in this particular show?
Yeah, so this year would mark our largest involvement we've had to this point. So Maine Anjou and Key is very unique in the fact that we let students below the age of 8 participate. You know, 4-H and FFA, if you're familiar with those or anybody familiar with those in your viewing audience, they usually start around 8 years old. And so we let students participate 4, 5, 6 years old, all the way up to 8. So that allows us to have a larger group of young students participate within our group. And so we have 2 breeds here at our Junior National, Maine Anjou and Key. They're both European breeds. And we have a very strong following, 2 excellent junior programs that are anchored by 2 very good directors. And that shows the growth and the involvement we've gotten to this point.
So Josh, you're the Director of Breed Improvement, but from what I'm hearing from you, a lot of it is about the improvement of youth, learning not only just work ethic, but also what it takes to be very detailed.
Yes.
And to compete and perhaps network with other folks who are in the same industry, is that correct?
100%. So, you know, cattle shows in general, and you talked about Louisville in this county, this facility in particular is a historic site for agriculture. And it centers around the fall, the North American Livestock Exposition, and that makes this kind of a come-to facility for livestock shows for all species. And so for junior nationals that happen in the summer, all breeds have them. Ours happen to be this year. They're a movement deal, so you find different facilities throughout the United States to come to. Ours happen to be in Louisville this year. We were here just a couple years ago as well. And so it allows students to see different parts of the country, travel with their family, network like you said, and meet students that are their age and their likeness and you know, unique to their things, and kind of get involved with each other and be a part of it, much like what we're looking at right here behind us in the team fitting contest. The team's made up of 3 students that are sometimes never even met each other until they came to Junior National. So,
wow.
A very unique opportunity and the ability to kind of network and be together.
So I'm looking at some of these beautiful animals, and being from the state of Kentucky, I'm familiar with, when I look, I'm thinking Black Angus. So what is the difference between, if you would, some of the characteristics of an American Maine Anjou and maybe a breed that I'm familiar with, like an Angus?
Yep, so, you know, all these breeds have distinct differences that allow them to be unique to themselves, right? So Maine Anjou and Key breeds originated in Europe, in different parts of Europe, and so they come across to the United States in the 60s and 70s, and they brought performance and muscle, and those are the things that they're kind of known for. And so muscle and that kind of has evolved, you know, from a show cattle experience. All show cattle chase certain trends. But you know, for us, our breed notoriety would be for performance and muscle.
Josh, from what I understand, we're getting ready for like a team fitting competition. So what exactly is team fitting?
Yeah, so team fitting, and it'll go all morning. It's broken up actually into 3 age divisions so that there's some equal, you know, representation across, and so that the level of competition is a little more solid all the way across, right? So you'll have a junior, intermediate, and senior division. And those groups will be made up of 3 individuals, and they'll prepare those cattle just like they're going to go into the show in a couple days from now. So they'll put, much like I don't because I'm almost bald, but much like some people put hairspray or product in their hair, that's what's going to happen in the cattle side of things. And they're going to try to hide flaws with product and hair and kind of present those cattle to the best of their ability, and that's what we're watching and looking at right here.
Josh, you touched upon this, but I'm curious, you're the Director of Breed Improvement for the Maine Anjou. So when you look at one of these beautiful animals, the Maine Anjou, what qualities are you looking for? You talked about a little bit, you mentioned muscular, What other qualities are unique to a Maine Anjou?
Yeah, so Maine Anjou, Maine in general has a tremendous amount of quality for look and presence and power. And so, you know, my job is I travel about 60,000 miles a year promoting Maine Anjou to these kinds of events, youth events and national shows, and then also to sales. And so, you know, our selection pressure, it's all relative to the era, right? Like we, you know, the industry trends around the beef industry kind of project us or move us into a direction, and those cattle have to adapt to that. So our breeders pay attention to those industry trends, try to balance those things in their own programs, move the cattle that direction, and so that they're viable to today's market.
You know, I love hearing that you love Broadbent Arena. Josh, welcome once again to Broadbent Arena, and thank you for bringing not only some very talented youngsters, but this beautiful breed to the city of Louisville. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you guys as well. Thank you.
All right, coming up, you may wonder about, okay, what is a Chianina breed? What are they like? What is the Maine Anjou breed? We're going to learn more about that. Once again, you're with us now here with Louisville Now at Broadbent Arena. We'll be right back.
My name is Robert Kennedy. I'm an equipment operator. I've been with the city a year and a half. I love my job. I love the job. People are nice to work with. We get along well. Besides, other than driving trucks, I'm a sanitation engineer. To me, it means I clean up, I pick up whatever needs to be done. We do it. We take care of it. People here are easy to work with. They don't mind teaching you, and you learn by the employees and by your superiors. Today we're doing complaints. They give us these forms. We go pick up and clean up alleys or clean up front of the yard, whatever the address is on the complaint. We go to that address. We clean up whether it's the alley or front of your yard, or maybe on the expressway somewhere. Dial those 3-digit numbers, tell us you got a complaint, and they come take pictures of it, then they give it to us, and we'll come clean it up. Every now and then we see a customer, they walk past and say, "Thank you very much, appreciate what you do." It feels good. Well, they can make sure they put the garbage in their cans, or if they got a spot, or they put all they want to pick up whenever they do call in the complaint, make sure it's all in one general area. I like doing it, getting it done.
Welcome back to Louisville Now. You know, a big part of the show is educational. And to be honest with you, I'm being educated because I knew nothing about a Chianina or Chianina breed of cattle, much less the Maine Anjou, but I'm learning here at Broadbent Arena. Welcome in to Louisville Now. Okay, with us now is Heather Counts, and Heather Counts is the director of the show and the activities, correct, Heather?
Correct, that's right, for the American Chianina Association, yes.
You were telling me that this is not the first year. Did you say 22, 23 years? How many years?
Well, both breeds have had junior nationals for many years, but this is our actual 17th year we've had a joint junior national between the two of us. Our very first one was in 2008 together, and so this has been that way ever since then. So we're coming up on 20 years before too long.
So it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, 1,300 head of cattle, is that right?
That is correct. 1,300 head of cattle, over 750 exhibitors who are here this week participating with us.
You know, Josh Cribbs talked a little bit about, you know, what the value it has for youth. You've got all these activities, all these shows, all these competitive scenarios here. For you, when you come into this and director of show and activities, what do you want the participants to experience?
We want them to have the best time possible. We want them to enjoy their week here because they're choosing to spend a week of their summer, which are limited days anyway, with us at this show. A lot of families make this their summer vacation, and we want them to have the best time ever so that they'll continue to come back each and every year and join with us. So
the Chianina breed, what exactly are you looking for there? Josh educated me a bit on the Maine Anjou, but what's a Chianina breed?
Chianina breed actually is originally from Italy, and so that's where the original Chianina cattle came from, and they've been kind of Americanized, and so they're very similar to the Maine Anjou breed too, but have a lot of qualities for carcass merit, mothering ability. They're a very good maternal breed. They can have, the cows will have calves for many years. You know, they can be 15, 20 years old and still in production for our production families. So a lot of good qualities with the breed as well.
Heather, Josh told us a little bit about the grooming competition and what that's all about. So what other activities, what other kinds of competitions will there be here at Broadbent Arena?
We offer a salesmanship contest, a public speaking contest. We have the team fitting, quiz bowl, and showmanship. So we have a lot of contests that the kiddos can participate in, kind of some leadership times. just a lot of skill building competitions that they can do.
I'm curious, is this under the umbrella, Heather, of 4-H, or is this something totally different?
This is a totally different setup. This is under the umbrella of 2 national breed associations. So kids can be in 4-H or FFA to participate, but a lot of our kids maybe won't be in those organizations, and they can still compete and participate with us.
All right.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you said, not only, don't get me wrong, I think kids can take a lot from this experience as far as leadership and competition and networking, and I talked about that with Josh, but you said, I want them to have the best time.
Yes.
So that's a lot about friendships and bonds. Tell me a little bit about that and the importance of that.
It is, because as we as they continue to get older, they'll realize just how small this world really is, and the people that they've met now can be lifelong friends with them, or they'll run into them at college when they get to college. They might be from different states. We have over 28 states here. We even have kids from Canada here this year. And so as they travel around and get older within their life, they're going to realize they run into these same folks that they've met now in 20 years. And so it's just a really, really neat thing that they've built these lifelong friendships and relationships that they're going to continue on forever.
Okay, the Chianina breed. Oh, I am familiar. I'm a farm boy, believe it or not, way
Sure.
back in the day. Beef cattle, Angus, Hereford.
Yeah.
We had quite a few head of those, about 50 head or so. But with that being said, what am I looking for in the Chianina breed? What distinguishes it from other breeds?
Their mothering ability is really good. They're great mothers. They have really good longevity. A lot of our commercial breeders look for them because they are very good at grading on the rail. So when you're talking about beef cattle, those are what's going into the meat supply, and so they provide a very tender, nutritious meat supply to the beef industry. So lots of those things. Yeah.
Josh mentioned how much he loves this arena. He said, Broadbent Arena is a historic arena as far as agriculture is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? What's your experience like?
We have a great time coming to KEC facility here in Louisville. Great to work with. A lot of our families are familiar with this, but it's just, the fun. Sometimes you come and there's green chips on there, and, walking on the green chips is cool. But just, we make this a lot of fun for the kids, and just getting into this big arena where they can, it's just really cool to show in a big one. A lot of kids show throughout the summer at small county shows and different jackpot shows. This is not the only time these kiddos show their cattle or participate in things, but they have a really good time. It's like a really big venue for them, and it's just a lot of fun for them.
When I was coming into Broadbent Arena, I noticed a lot of families, a lot of smiling. Congratulations, Heather. That's due to you and your work on the activities and the shows.
Yes, we appreciate it, and it's a lot of fun. The families love this, and we are glad they come back every year.
Heather, thank you for chatting with us a little bit.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Once again, that's Heather Counts, and she's in charge of really the entire show, everything
Sure.
that you're going to see
Yes.
out here, whether it be the competitions, the exhibitions, the contests, etc. So again, Broadbent Arena seems to be an historic spot. You're not thinking agriculture when you think about Louisville, but you should when you think about Broadbent Arena and the people that they bring and the quality animals that they bring here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back on Louisville Now.
My name's Mary Burton. I'm a packer driver at Waste Collection. I've been here 5.5 years. I like the people that I work with, the people in the community. They come out, speak to you. It just becomes like family oriented.
Morning, thank you.
Especially the kids that come out and wave. They're your regulars. You look forward to seeing them. I started behind the truck tipping, and then I worked my way up, getting my license and then training, and I've been driving ever since. When I first started, I was so scared because I'm really short. A senior driver here, he just talks to me. He's like, you can't be scared. You're the biggest thing out here. Everybody's scared of you. Don't be scared of the truck. So that really encouraged me to drive differently. Once I just got the hang of it, it's just like driving a car now, riding a bike, chewing bubble gum. Actually, just the other day, I thought it was really sweet. One of my tippers, we was behind a tark, and it was like an older woman getting off the tark, and he took off his gloves and initiated going to go help her, and I was like, oh, that just made my heart warm. But yeah, I mean, we run into things like that all the time on the route. We work out here in the community, so it's a lot of stuff that we will see, and we just take action and initiative. It's just in us to help. I just love my job, what I do, really. It's a lot, it's challenging, but I mean, I'm up for any challenge. I'm always into growing. So eventually I want to venture out and be somewhere else, maybe eventually be a supervisor or something like that.
Welcome back to Louisville Now. We have a big competition here at Broadbent Arena. You may not be familiar with the breeds, but I'm becoming educated. Hopefully you are as well. We've got the American Maine Anjou, and we have the Chianina breeds here, and it's the Junior Nationals. Now these two, they're the big cheeses. They are the presidents. With me now, I want to make sure I get this right, Adrian Bryant.
Yes, sir.
Welcome in, Adrian. Now, from what I understand, you're the president of the Chianina Association,
Yes,
right?
sir, I am.
Okay, and then we also have Abby Stahlbaumer. And Abby, you are in charge of, I guess, the Maine Anjou, right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Okay,
We're glad to be here.
so I want to hear, tell me about the Chianina breed and what you're looking for in this competition, if you would.
In this competition, the fitting competition, so we have a mix of Maine Anjou and Chianina cattle out here. We share our junior nationals together basically, but in this competition, we will put adhesive in like the legs of the animal and just try and make their hair really pop and make them look as best as they can.
Okay, so, you know, for those of us who are familiar with like dog shows, and I hate to bring it down to the elementary dog shows,
Yep.
but much like it, and you want the classic breed, the qualities you're looking for in the breed.
Yes, sir.
And you also want them to look their very best.
Yes.
Okay, so there we go. So tell me a little bit about what you're looking for in the American Maine Anjou.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing. We really just want an animal that's powerful, that's stout, that can move really freely, and that can get around the ring really well, and just has a really good ring presence as well.
So both of you presidents of your respective associations, okay, how'd you get involved in the beginning? What's your background?
Okay, so my parents kind of grew up showing cattle, but we got reconnected with a good friend of ours who puts on these fitting clinics. And he told me about the Maine and Key Junior Nationals, so I bought a heifer from him and we went to this event and he told me to get as involved as I can. So that first year I did every single competition. And then I saw these board members walking around helping me with all my daily tasks and whatnot. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. So I kept going to these shows every year, getting more and more involved. And finally I got old enough and I ran for the board. And honestly, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
So before I talk to Abby about that, I'm curious. So what have you taken away from this? Obviously, you said you've participated on every level.
Yep.
And I'm looking for what the kids take away from this. And I say kids, young adults. What was your takeaway?
My takeaway, honestly, is that this week the cattle bring us here on paper, but in all reality, it's all for the kids. Youth development, that work ethic, all those life, what am I trying to say? Life skills that we're trying to instill in these youth that I've taken away from this association as well. So I'm just trying to give every person the same experience that I had, and yeah, it's all for the kids.
How about you, Abby? You know, what I love about this is when I go through and I see all the families here, everybody's smiling.
Yeah.
What do you hope to achieve here?
So I think our biggest goal as a junior board is to really just make sure the kids have a great experience, right? Like, I know we all have such dear memories of like when we were little running around and like us being involved in the different loyalty programs and serving that way. And all of us on the junior board are all super pumped about making sure the kids have a great week. And we really try to make sure that they kind of get out of their comfort zone and make some friends and make those connections, because I mean, Adrian and I, we met here off the cuff, like as junior board members, and then lo and behold, we lived like across the hall in college, right? So you never know how they're going to circle back around in life and serve you in a bigger purpose.
So Adrian, I'll ask you then, if someone is interested in maybe this part of the industry, this part of cattle, and they want to learn about showing cattle and some of the showcases that you do here, how would they begin? Do they go online? They give you all a call? How does that work?
So we have all of our information on our website. So ours is keycattle.org and yours is
Maine Anjou, yep.
Yeah. So you can go on there, look up your junior section, fill out a membership application, become a member, and then enter to come to shows like this. We'd love to have everyone.
And to kind of add on to that, all of our breeders are also super welcoming. So if you would get connected with any of them, they're all more than willing to help you get involved and help you in any way possible learn about the industry.
Yes. Finding a good mentor is key.
And also very easy within these breeds.
Very, very easy.
So I tell you, first I want to thank you on behalf of our audience, on behalf of Metro government, for bringing an event like this to Louisville, because I do think we take great pride in the diversity of our community, and a lot of times we talk about the people and the restaurants, but to have agriculture at this level, this is a very high level competition, right?
Yes, sir.
No question about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we get you back next year?
Oh, well, I don't know about next year. We're on a rotating thing, but we definitely know that Louisville is the place we love to come to.
See, I love to hear that. That's what we're all about here. So once again, We've got, hold on, I want to make sure I get this right. Kianina,
Yes.
Menaju?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, here at Broadbent Arena. Yes, agriculture is the focus today, and kids competition and developing integrity, leadership, networking, all of that on Louisville Now in Broadbent Arena.
I am Chris Sullivan. I am with Solid Waste Management Enforcement. What I do is enforce the ordinances set by Metro Council. We more so educate our residents in terms of how to properly set out their garbage, their yard waste, as well as recycling, and as well as making large item appointments. I maintain 4 zip codes. It can be anything as someone complaining about a mattress that was laid out in their alley. And best case scenario, a lot of times it was just where people are still confused with the old way that we used to do things, where we used to have a junk week. Been with Louisville Metro for 19 years now. Over my time at Louisville Metro, I've met a lot of wonderful people along the way and learned a whole lot about this city. And we have some really great residents that are very enthusiastic and very proud of their communities. It's a partnership that we all play a part in it, and we want to work in conjunction with our residents.
Welcome back to Louisville Now. We've talked a lot about the breed of cattle, both the American Anjou, or American Maine Anjou, I want to get this right, and the Kianina. But let's talk about some of the folks who participate in the competitions. These young adults here have been working hard and will continue to do so. They're involved in a lot here. Let's find out from them. Okay, your name is?
Stetson.
Stetson, you look fantastic, my man. Where are you from?
Illinois.
Illinois. So did you drive in? Was it a tough drive?
Yeah.
Yep, I believe it. All right, well, I'm glad to have you here, my man. And your name is?
Macy.
Macy. Okay, you're number 9 in which competition? What did you do?
Team fitting.
Okay, again, team fitting. That means you make these cattle look their very best, right?
Yep.
Is it hard? Is it a lot of work? How long does it take to get a, I don't know, I guess one of these fine looking animals looking like a runway model? How long does it take?
We had 30 minutes to do it.
Whoa.
Or like an hour or so.
And so with the team, you got to gel with them very quickly, correct?
Yep.
All right, very good. And your name is?
Carson.
Carson, welcome in. Carson, where are you from?
Illinois.
Okay, so all of y'all are siblings, right? Okay, my fault. I apologize. So Carson, tell me, of all the competitions and contests that you have, what's your favorite?
Probably showmanship.
Okay, showmanship. What is involved with that? That's really more the emphasis, I would guess, on you in showing the animal, right?
Yes, it's about the way you present your animal and the way you control yourself and just getting it presented to the way you present it and getting it presented the best.
All right. I would think that what you guys do here requires a lot of discipline and probably a lot of being able to think on the fly when you say things happen, right?
Yes, things go wrong all the time.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
You gotta plan ahead. You gotta do stuff when it needs done and make sure the cattle are comfortable and healthy.
All right.
And that they look their best.
I'm going to move on down here and talk to Kaylee. All right, Kaylee, tell me exactly about what's your experience here. What's your favorite part of this competition?
Absolutely. My favorite part for this competition would have to be getting to see the younger members learning the ropes of the show, whether it be in the fitting contest, the livestock judging, showmanship, sales, or dodgeball, where they get to let off some steam and have fun. But just getting to see the younger ones grow and step up and develop leadership and advocate for agriculture and cattle.
Well, then, Kaylee, when you see these siblings here, and it's obvious, well-spoken, very polite, very determined, going for the win, this is kind of what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. This is what agriculture does for building and growing the next generation of agriculturalists and leaders, whether it be in the classroom, in a conference room, a CEO, in the White House or some sorts. These young ones are where they're built and where our foundation of America and agriculture come from.
All right. Well, let me grab this here because I want to ask Stetson something. Stetson, okay, I know you get to make a lot of friends here, but I want to bring it down to this level, the level of the relationship with the animal. What do you like most about working with these animals?
Probably clipping them and fitting them.
Clipping them and fitting them? Are they temperamental? Do they get mean, or are they happy animals?
Both.
Do you develop a relationship where they really know you and get, kind of like, I don't want to say like a pet, but let's say they respect what you do and they know exactly what you're doing?
Well, they get used to you.
Yes, okay, interesting. Okay, Macy, how about you? What do you like best about working with these animals?
Probably all the people and having fun.
Oh, yes. Now, I like that as well. Did you guys get involved because of your parents, or how did it all happen?
Yeah, our parents showed cattle, our grandparents showed cattle, and we just naturally just took it on and really enjoyed it.
And what's the favorite part about this experience for you here at Broadbent Arena?
Here, I love the people are great. The relationships you build are just outstanding, and the environment. The Key and Main Association is probably one of the funnest junior nationals you can go to. I've been to a couple. This is probably the funnest.
So when you say the funnest, what you're saying is you love this arena, you love the city of Louisville. We love hearing that.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I love hearing. Kaylee, I'm going to go back to you. If you would, a little synopsis of your experience and what you think of this arena.
This arena and this facility is absolutely amazing. It's big enough for us to spread out. The cattle love the air conditioning. You know, they have lots of hair, and us young ones, we work all summer to grow hair. And so coming to a facility that has AC, the cattle are able to stay cool, and we can keep our hair to keep showing them for the rest of the summer at state fairs and county fairs. And then this facility, the show ring is amazing. We can see and get a good look of the cattle, which helps give each exhibitor a chance to get a fair look and a fair opportunity and have the best time at Junior Nationals in this facility.
Well, congratulations to all of you. I have a great deal of respect for you and what you learn. I'm glad you're having a good time. At the same time, please say hello to your parents. They did a great job with all of you, okay? Please do. Kaylee, thank you very much. You were the spokesperson here. And yes, she's right. It is air conditioned here at Broadbent, although I wish they'd kind of crank it up. Once again, now you learned a little bit about the junior national competition here. It's a big one, the American Maine Anjou, and we also talked about the Chianina breed. Now you've been educated, and we appreciate you watching and appreciate these young folks. Once again, coming to you from Broadbent Arena for Louisville Now.